Hello YouTube, it is Championdjk coming at you again with another video, and we have got some Mazdi or whatever, and some Enchery? No clue. I'm pretty sure though that Enchery and Mazdi are the same. It seems to be that they're probably the same. I got some damaged boxes here. These came from AliExpress. All this came from AliExpress. Will this be the last time I'll be able to show you a video of Mazdi with these this tariff situation? I have no clue. However, we're going to go ahead and take a look at these. Show you that they're pretty cool, and I guess if you want to order them, I would probably suggest getting it done sooner than later, just in case, right? So AliExpress is where you would get this stuff. Fairly inexpensive for what you get. I've showed this brand at least two times more than this. This will be the third time, pretty sure. But anyway, let's get into it. So let's start with this Lexus, actually. This Lexus LC500. So I had to order this thing twice, actually. The first time it came, both of the mirrors were busted off in the package, and only one of the mirrors I was able to actually locate. The second time I ordered it, one of the mirrors was busted off, and I decided, you know what, I don't want to send it back this time. And the mirror was in there, so I decided to glue it. I didn't do the greatest job, but it's glued in there, and so we just got to deal with that. I didn't want to send that back, and yeah, now that I'm looking at it, it's pretty crooked and all that jazz. I might be able to try to like bend it back. The glue that I used is kind of got a little bit of a flexibility to it, but I don't know that I should mess with it too much, or we're going to be attempting to glue it again, and that's a pain. Anyway, that aside, the model is pretty sweet. It's got this beautiful color red. They make this in black, I think in a couple other colors, a blue for sure. But the model's pretty good for the price. The price of these Mazdi models, except for the Scania in the back here, are around like $10-ish, $10, $12, something like that, which is not too bad. They are screwed together. They do have the disc brakes inside of there. That's pretty cool. This one's got a tire coming off. It does roll, so that's pretty nifty too. And in general, detail is quite nice typically on these. They do a lot of Toyota models, and the Toyotas tend to be licensed. This one I don't think is licensed, and that's, oh no, maybe it is. It says it is. Anyway, it says it's a Toyota official licensed product. Whether or not that is absolutely 100% the truth, I don't know. But I guess we'd like to give them the benefit of the doubt if they bother to put the licensing information on the actual package. But pretty cool. This is a nice looking car. In spite, you know, now I got the mirror sort of evened out, but not quite. It needs to be folded back just a little bit, but I don't want to bend it up too much. But yeah, there you go. That is our Lexus. The next is a brand new model from them, which is a Cadillac. And this is a GM, so the GMs are typically not licensed, from what I understand. Mostly Toyotas. I think the Scania is licensed. We'll take a look at that in a second. I don't see any licensing from GM on this particular model. This is a CD 1200. It's a Cadillac, like CTS or CT6, whatever, is what it is. Packaging got a little roughed up on its way over. This one also came with the mirrors bent, and I had to kind of bend it back into shape, and I'm afraid to bend it anymore, but that's what you get, I guess, for ordering from AliExpress. It is kind of a crapshoot as to how the things get packaged. Sometimes, I would actually say the majority of the time, I don't have any issues, but there are the occasion where I will have some issues where they ship them in like a bag mailer and you get them like this. But you pay like nothing for shipping, so I suppose in that way it's kind of what you should expect. But those are my only two destroyed packages. The rest of these should be fine. Anyway, it rolls nicely, and again, it's quite detailed. Looks pretty nice. This one comes in silver for sure. And of course this black color. I don't know if it comes in any other colors. I know silver for sure and this black. But that's pretty sweet. A nice, like, fairly accurate model of this Cadillac, which I don't think is made in 1/64 scale by any other brand. So we do get that, and that is neat. Base is somewhat detailed. It does have the disc brakes in there, but you can barely see them through those small spokes anyway. But they are there. They are there, and it's a pretty nice model. Nice weight to it. Metal body, metal base, rubber tires. All these are going to have metal, rubber. Okay. So they're made somewhat premium. The mirrors on this, the only gripe I would have, obviously besides the mirrors being crooked, is the mirrors almost look a little too big. But maybe that's how they are on the actual vehicle. Now, I do not want to break this off, but I do want to reshape it just a little bit. I was trying to do it when it was cold coming in from outside, and that was probably a mistake. And now I think it looks pretty decent. But there's barely anything holding that mirror onto the side, so we got to be a little careful. So sometimes mirrors are great, sometimes they're not. Could these cars have survived and been cool die-cast models without the side mirrors? Yeah, I think so. I don't think it was a necessity. Some cars you really need it, and some cars it really doesn't matter that much to have these like ears sticking out in this scale. So you guys let me know what you think. All right, next is going to be, before we get to all the Toyota stuff, well, more Toyota stuff, one more Lexus. We've got this. This is an Audi A8L 2021. Now, it is possible that this is licensed, but whatever the seller did, they put stickers all over the box with barcodes and stuff, and they covered up the entire back of the packaging. Now, I don't know. It's got some information from Masdi on the side, but I don't know what's under this sticker, and I don't think we can really even successfully peel it off. Well, maybe we can. Ooh, maybe it actually will come off. It's going to leave a lot of sticky residue probably, but for the sake of science, we're going to try to pull this. Oh, it's starting to rip. That's not what we wanted. I just want to see if there's any licensing information on here, just because I'm curious. Ooh, it says Audi. I don't see anything that says it's licensed Audi, though. It is interesting that it's got Audi on the back. It makes me wonder if they were going to license it, and then they decided they couldn't, and that's why they ended up covering all of this up. Not sure. But we're going to actually just leave the sticker off, now that we went through that effort. And let's check out the model. So, you may or may not know, but I believe Mazdi used to be JKM, and JKM models were made a little bit differently. They were packaged differently, but I think this casting might be a spillover from JKM, and I'm not sure, because I think I have this as a JKM somewhere. Now, I don't have it near me, so I can't really grab it to tell you. Or actually, I think it is different. I think it's a different Audi, now that I'm thinking of it. This is an A8L 2021 model. That packaging is going to be forever sticky. We get another black car, black sedan, and let's check it out. So, pretty darn good detail up in the front. Pretty good detail in the back. Pretty good detail. Look at the interior of this thing. We didn't really look at the Cadillac. Yeah, there's really good detail in there. It's hard to like get a good look at it, but it's there. I think the Lexus has, yeah, the Lexus has some pretty good detail as well. But anyway, so nice sedan, 1/64 scale, Audi. It's probably pretty close to being actually 1/64 scale, and a pretty good looking car. Again, rubber tires. It's got a nice weight to it. being it's metal. It's got some detail on the base even, screwed together. No name of the vehicle or anything on the base, so you do have to contend with that. I wish it did have it on the bottom, but it doesn't. Overall, I'd say it looks pretty nice. Let's go ahead and move on. All right, so you got an Audi, we got a Cadillac, we got a Lexus. Let's do another Lexus. We've got a minivan, Lexus LM500H. This one is sealed. I did not crack this one open and peek at it. Oh, it looks like we do have one more damaged box, so hopefully the mirrors are intact on that car, or truck, or SUV, rather, whatever. Let's go ahead and peel this and check it out. Open her up. So this says it's Toyota officially licensed. Whether or not that's factual, I do not know. I also don't know if it is licensed, if it's technically licensed to be sold in the U.S. That's a possibility that it isn't. This one's really together. Another black vehicle. Kind of a goofy looking one. I do like this packaging. I think the packaging's pretty cool. Kind of snaps together. The blister pack snaps together and slides in the box. Gives you a storage solution built in, and you guys know probably from watching my channel and checking out my mini GT videos that I'm a big proponent of that. So let's check out this guy. What an obnoxious front end. I mean, look at that thing. It's like Space Invaders or Arkanoid or something in the front. Goofy stuff. Lexus LM500H. I don't know. Is this available in the U.S.? I don't know that I've ever seen this van. Kind of an odd-looking beast, isn't it? That front end just does not look very aerodynamic. It's a little bit weird. I don't know that I dig it. And I dig a minivan, but I don't know that I dig this particular minivan. Cool to get it in 1/64 scale, I guess. This is intact. It's got some oil on it. That's kind of typical, right, for diecast. Just see that oil on there. But again, we got details for days, base, all that good stuff. It probably actually has the brakes in there, even though there's zero chance of you really seeing any of it. Detailed interior as well. Looks like detailed all the way through from front to back. Very cool model indeed. Definitely digging this one. We'll have to wipe it down with a microfiber cloth to get some of that oil off of there, but pretty neat. Pretty neat to get it. I don't know. It's a pretty ugly van, in my opinion. I'm sure it's really nice, but it is quite ugly. And I don't know that I've ever seen one, so I don't know that these were ever available here, stateside. But maybe they have been, and maybe I just don't know about it. It's like the Lexus version of a Toyota Sienna, maybe. But it is, rolls nice. I don't know. It's heavy. I guess that's all I can say about it. Another one that I'm not really sure. This Toyota Crown. So we got the Toyota Crown 2007. This is definitely, I don't think, available in the U.S. or wasn't sold in the U.S. Another Toyota. So this is going to be licensed in quotes. Another black vehicle. And they got a lot of black paint there at the Mazdi factory, wherever these are made. But it's a nice car for a kind of a luxury mobile. And this is, the Toyota Crown is a bit luxurious, I guess. So that's nice. And again, nothing to complain about really. This one's got, again, good details in the back. Good details in the front. Nice and clean. Looks like a car on the showroom floor. You got some detail down there. Again, screwed together construction. It's got the brakes in there, it looks like. Even though you really got to look hard to see them through there. And quite a detailed interior, and it's right-hand drive. Very nice quality. Very nice quality. This one feels really good. Out of all these, actually, this Toyota Crown might be my favorite so far. The mirrors are still, I don't know, they still feel like they're a little too big. You guys will have to let me know what you think scale-wise, if they are. Pretty awesome. So it's really nice to get like premium die-cast versions of cars that aren't like flashy supercars, right? And I love supercars. I do. I get lots of them. But I also like getting the bland stuff too, right? The kind of everyday cars. I mean, all these would be cool to own in real life, including the next one here. This is a Toyota Land Cruiser LC500 2016. I got to cut the shrink wrap off of this one because I did not peek at this one. Some of these actually came with the shrink wrap off. This one's got a little bit of a ding in the packaging as well, so hopefully our model survived the journey from China. And it appears it did. So this one's in green. They make this in a couple of colors, and it took me a bit to kind of figure out which one I wanted, only because they're all kind of a little ugly. Just because of that weird little swoopy thing by the windows. That little kind of like trim looking swoopy weird thing. So here's our Land Cruiser. Does this one have? Well, I'll be dipped. This one's got suspension. Did any of these other ones have suspension? No. Ooh. Ooh. The Enchery does. That's clearly got suspension. The Cadillac does not. The Audi does not. The minivan, the LM500 does not. This Crown does not. Weird. So just the Lexus has suspension. And this has suspension. And that's not just me bending stuff. It's got suspension. Also looks to have some sort of tow hook in the back, which is kind of interesting. It is a dark, like forest green metallic, looking pretty nice. Again, details in the front. Except for the only problem we got is look at that. The headlights a bit popped out on this model. Is that fixable? Maybe. It might be. So there is an issue with this model, unfortunately. So quality control. Oh, it looks like just that never got. Oh no! Uh-oh. Whoops. Well, now we got a little bit of a bigger problem. We just ripped the entire face off of the car. That was not intentional, obviously. However, I think that might be the key to fixing it. So let's see if we can figure that out real quick while we're doing this. I don't typically like to try to play around and fix these things live on camera, but in this case, we will just do a quick attempt, because I think, okay, that goes like that, that goes like that, and then this ties it all together. Boom. And did we actually fix it? Not quite. Okay, but I think I can play with this and I can actually fix this. Not that you should ever have to fix stuff that you buy, right? It should come out of the box functional. Now, again, this is AliExpress. I'm getting it from China, yada, yada, yada. You know, there's no guarantees what you're going to get, right? That's why it's so cheap, or inexpensive, rather. But I think some playing around, I will be able to actually get this to look good and fit perfect in there. It's going to take a little bit more playing, and then we're not going to do it here. Detailed interior looks fantastic. The rest of the vehicle looks really fantastic. It rolls very well, and again, it's got suspension, and that's cool. It doesn't appear that it really has the whole disc brake thing. Oh, there we go. We lost our grille and our headlight again. We got to be careful. Otherwise, I'm going to really lose these for real. Which actually leads me to look at getting this in better, because there's a slot that this slides into. All right, I will figure that out off camera. We're going to set that stuff right back here. I do not want to lose it. But there you go. There's our faceless Land Cruiser. So really nice, you know, obviously with the exception of me blowing the face off the thing. All right. What is left? We've got two more left. We got the Toyota Land Cruiser LC500 GR-S, another Toyota licensed product, according to the box. So let's open up that. This one is in black. Suspension? No. No suspension on this model. That is very weird for like what they choose to give suspension to it and not. Just odd. Just very odd. But Toyota looks pretty good. GR Sport looks pretty good. Rolls nicely. It's all black, blacked out rims. This was on sale when I bought it. That's why I bought it. It was the only color I think that was available. It does have the disc brakes in there. Those are there. However, they look a little bit small, but they are there. And then very detailed interior. You can see that. So detailed interiors galore on these things. The paint on these does feel pretty high quality. It's going to be interesting to see how it lasts the test of time. But the thing rolls really nice. It's got a nice weight to it. The mirrors are huge. Not sure if that's scale accurate or not. I'm just starting to think that they're all big now, but maybe they're not. And overall, pretty nice truck. All right, speaking of trucks, though, we need to get to the Scania. So the Scania, and I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. No idea. So Hot Wheels has put out a Scania. I think a bunch of diecast brands have put out a Scania. This comes in a nice big box, and according to it, it says it is a Scania official licensed product. Is that true? Is that the truth? Could be. Could be. Not sure that it's licensed to be sold in the U.S., but here we are with it. Let's go ahead and open it up. So unwrap this. I've not peeked at this at all. So this one, it's got a magnetic box. That's pretty cool. And then it pops up like that. So that's pretty neat. Then we got some foam. Actually here, can you look at this like this? Maybe here like that. See? Truck, foam over the top. Another foam piece right here, holding the truck in. And then the truck itself. Now this has got little teeny bits and pieces on it. I'm trying to be careful. Oh wow, look at that bad boy. Now JKM has put out some bigger military trucks and stuff before that are very cool. They're more expensive than the regular models, as they should be, because look at what you're getting with this. I mean, this thing is big. Man, it almost looks like the cab would like flip open. It doesn't. Wow, this thing is pretty nifty. So we got a bunch of wheels. That's cool. The base is part metal, part plastic. It's hard to tell which piece is exactly what, and I'm not going to really flip it over. I don't want to break off any of these like antennas on here. Side mirrors that are honestly, I don't know. They're rubber. They're like mini GT. I thought they were barely hanging on, but it turns out they are actually rubberized material, akin to mini GT. Lots of detail. Pretty cool model. This is like a military Scania, right? It's got the, this almost looks like it's adjustable back here, and it's not, but it looks like it could be. Very, very cool. I don't know if they come up with one with a trailer. I don't think I've ever seen one with a trailer. I've only seen the cab only. And this has got to be close to 1/64 scale. It is big. I don't have my Mini GT one out to like compare it. Or Mini GT didn't do Scania, sorry. They did the Actros, right? The like Mercedes, I think. Something like that. They didn't do a Scania, sorry. The Hot Wheels just put out one in the Elite 64, just started selling one. I guess it's not out yet. I did buy one of those, so maybe eventually we will do a comparison of that. It rolls. All the axles roll. And we have quite a bit of detail. This is pretty sick, actually. Very heavy piece, too. This is plastic, this back piece, but the rest of the cab is metal. So this back piece here, where it looks like they're storing stuff, where on a maybe a one that was actually meant to transport normal goods. This might be a sleeper cab in the back. I don't know. Did they make sleeper cabs? I have no clue. Cab over, truck, just a moving brick wall, and it's quite awesome. Packaging is quite nice for it as well. So if you're a packaging person, that's great. Nice and protective of the casting. Very, very good. So I don't know. Let me know what you think your favorite was today. Hard for me to say. I think this truck really takes it. But if we're not including the truck, which might be fair not to include it, actually this Toyota Crown I think is my favorite. I think that's the nicest looking one. But you let me know what you think in the comments down below. And what do you think about this brand in general? What do you think about these tariffs? What are they going to do? Are we going to be able to get this stuff anymore? Or is it going to be so cost prohibitive that we're just not going to be able to do it? Or do you think it's going to be a temporary issue and eventually, you know, it'll be just like it never happened? Who knows? We'll see. All right. Thank you guys very much for watching. Have a good day.